Welcome. In this video we'll be doing an unboxing and component overview of Waterdeep, Dungeon of the Mad Mage board game. We are down at the table, so let's get the shrink wrap off. So you can see we've got a beautiful box cover. Waterdeep, Dungeon of the Mad Mage board game. Designed by Kevin Wilson and published by WizKids. See, it's a game lasts about 60 minutes, ages 14 and up, and 1 to 5 players. And it is part of their D&D adventure system. Looking on the back, you can see you've been plagued by dreams of madness. Journey to Undermountain and join in the adventure of a lifetime. In the Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage board game, you play a heroic adventurer with amazing abilities, spells, and magic weapons. You must delve into the depths of Undermountain, where you contend with strange and dangerous creatures, avoid devious traps, and discover treasure. Are you ready for adventure? Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage board game features classic dungeon crawling action and heroically fun quests designed for a single player or a cooperative group of 2 to 5 players. Each quest can be played in an hour or less. And with this updated version, there's also campaign play involved. So, moving the lid. Trouble is getting our rule book out of protective coating. This is the standard game, so it does not come with pre-painted miniatures. Stay tuned near the end of the video. I do have some of the pre-painted miniatures, but not all of them in this set, and we'll compare what comes in the standard edition versus pre-painted miniatures. So we've got a figure reference sheet, rule book, and adventure booklet. And I've played the first 3 of this. I haven't bought many of these recently. Should still play the same with the addition of campaign play. So going over an overview. So we've got plenty of text, graphics explaining what you're looking at, and help for campaign play. Then the adventure booklet. So just in here, looks like it comes with 13 adventures to play through, and how each scenario will be set up and played. Bunch of cards. Lots of bags of miniatures. Take a closer look at here shortly. And a D20. We already have to test it out though. 4. All right, we got the bad roll out of the way. Underneath the tray, lots of tiles to punch out. Take a look and see. How easy these are punched out. Got a real nice gloss finish on them. And as you can see, they punch out pretty easily. So I'll go punch through all these boards and we'll take a look at everything out and about. So here's everything laid out except the miniatures. Once again, we're going to try this thing, make sure it's working right. We've got a 14 up from a 4, so doing a little bit better. As far as the rest of the components, cards, we have sequence of play cards for each of the players. This is something I like from every game I get. Going through each of the phases, what they are, and all the steps you need to take in each phase. We have adventure cards. which has some specialized monstrosities and possibly an ally. Encounter cards that'll be used throughout the game with random events happening, environments. And what's a dungeon without traps? So we've got some specialized things that can come out for us. And of course we're going in here to find some treasure, so there's plenty of treasure cards. Get lots of copper, gold, and then of course some nice items. Potions of healing, ring of mind shielding, scrolls, helmet teleportation, just different types of items you can get for your character. Elder runes, available in some of the scenarios. And of course the protectors of the dungeon monsters. So events, and then for each of the miniatures they'll go through the type, armor class you need to hit to do damage, and how much health they have, how they work through their turn, special abilities, and when they attack you back, and experience received for defeating monsters. As far as tokens, plenty of double-sided hit point and damage tokens. And then for the monsters to put around the miniatures, stun markers, specialized traps, treasure tokens. Of course we have our hero cards. We have a tiefling fighter, gnome rogue, a human sorcerer, a human paladin, and a half-elf cleric with a guitar. And of course on each of these tokens they're going to give you some flavor text, armor class value, hit points, speed, surge value, so this would be how many hit points you get back after you go down and you use a surge token, special abilities they'll have, and their powers that they'll get throughout the adventure, telling you which ones they start with and letting you select at will, utility, and daily powers. And each of these tokens has a first level side and a second level. There are also additional tokens for taking your characters to third level and fourth. And also with each hero, there are cards for picking expert powers, utility powers, your daily power, and at-will powers. Basically for each figure, they'll tell you what type of attack you'll be doing, what it does, who it attacks, modifiers to your die roll, and the damage. And there's several to choose from for each hero. And there's a whole bunch of different tokens for scenario-based adventures. Trap tokens. The main villain tokens explaining all their powers, tactics, hit points, all the details you'll need for your main enemies you'll be facing. Condition tokens, so weaken 1, weaken 3, and I believe there's some weaken 2 in here. Advantage and disadvantage conditions. And also for monsters. Healing surges. Special tokens for going to Skullport, the Yawning Portal, and the Depths. And of course, all this is laid out on a whole lot of map tiles to create your dungeon adventure. And now, on to the miniatures. So they come in 3 different shades in the standard. We've got a dark blue for the heroes, purple for the main villains, and then a green for the regular monsters. Like I said before, I'll go ahead and throw in the miniatures, pre-painted ones that I have from the role-playing booster boxes. So first with the Tiefling Fighter. I mean, all these miniatures have good details on their sculpts. And the pre-painted version. The Gnome Rogue, also known as an Inquisitor. It comes with the standard, and if you have the pre-painted. The Half-Elf Cleric, standard version, and pre-painted. Human Paladin. This is one of the figures I don't have a pre-painted miniature for. And finally, the Human Sorcerer, also known as a Storm Sorcerer. And the pre-painted version. So for our main monsters, we have Muriel. And a pre-painted version. Trobriand. This is one that I thought I had this one, but could not find it in my collection for the pre-painted. Alistair Blackcloak. It does come in 2 pieces. This just slides right on in the back. Excellent miniature. And the pre-painted version. Acturia. This is another one I don't have the pre-painted version for. Then we have some Shadow Dusk figures. And I do not have the pre-painted version of these. Now going into the regular monsters. Scaladar. Big scorpion monster coming at us. And then the pre-painted version. The game comes with 2 Beholder zombies. And the pre-painted version. Death Tyrant. Definitely something scary to see down in the dungeons. And the pre-painted version. Game comes with 3 shadows. Nice detail on that. And then the pre-painted comes a little translucent. We get 3 hags. And the pre-painted version. Like I said, these are available in the premium edition and in booster packs. Then we have 3 thugs and 1 thug leader. Basically, the pre-painted version is the same for both. All it changes is whether they have a mace or a crossbow. Game comes with 6 intellect devourers, along with the pre-painted version. We get 3 grungs and 1 elite grung. And their pre-painted counterparts. Get 3 flying swords. Game also comes with 3 veterans and 1 veteran leader with the flexible sword. I do not have the pre-painted version of these, although their necks are a little long and freaky looking. And lastly, the gray ooze. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please click on the like button below and feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll give the die one more chance. And a 17. I think I can live with that.